Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all praise be to Allah. We praise Him, we ask for His help, we ask for His forgiveness, we seek refuge with Allah for the wickedness of ourselves and for the brightness of our deeds. Whoever given Allah guidance, then nobody can be misguided for him. Whoever be misguided by Allah, then nobody can be a guide for him. I bear witness in no God, worthy to worship except Allah, only Him, no associate for Him. And I bear witness in Muhammad, His messenger, His servant. O Allah, give good praise upon Muhammad, in the family of Muhammad, and give good praise upon Abraham, in the family of Abraham. O Allah, bless upon Muhammad, in the family of Muhammad, and bless upon Abraham, in the family of Abraham. Very most worthy of praise and most exalted in glory. Today, inshallah, we start the team for Sheikh and also for Ustaz Sharif. For session 1 and session 2. For our Sheikh is actually now conducting PMS, conducting my salah. So inshallah we will be looking at me and not Sheikh. I hope that what we are discussing today will be sufficient for the coming celebration of Eid, because our topic will be about how do I celebrate Eid al-Adha. Okay, the word Eid al-Adha, in Arabic is actually yearly celebration. Because the word Adha ya'mudu, Aidan, is actually come from returning. You go and return. So you always return to celebrate it yearly. The word Eid come from that word. Means that celebrate yearly celebration. Adha came from the word Dhaha yudahi, means that to sacrifice, or you can say that udhiyah from the animal that you sacrifice. The words can be from that. So Eid al-Adha, yearly celebration of sacrificing animal for the sake of Allah. It's actually the Eid al-Adha is at the same time people doing Hajj. And people are going to Hajj. Our friend, our family relative these days already taking their flight to go to Mecca to perform the Hajj. So at the same time, when they are there on the 10th of Hijjah, in the morning, they will not do the Eid prayer like we will do. They will do only the three things in the morning of Eid al-Adha or 10th of Hijjah. They will throw the jamrah. This is a place in inshallah next week. There will be an explanation about that. They will throw in 7 stones to the Jamratul Aqabah in Mina. After that, they will shave their head for men. Women will cut only little of their hair, and after that, they will sacrifice their animal. If they did that 3 things or 2 of the 3 things, they already can wear normal clothes, not only 2 garment only. They can wear anything they want. They can use perfume, except they cannot do anything related to marriage or sexual intercourse. That's the thing that forbid until they do the tawaf at Kaabah. When they are doing that, then we actually here will do our takbir al-Eid, and then stop. Inshallah, we will mention it here. Inshallah, this actually is like we compiled it during pandemic, during the MCO. During MCO, we would like to spread to people how for them to perform their celebration. But maybe here something that actually like gathering is not there, because when we compile it, the MCO is on. So few things that actually inshallah we will go through whatever written here inshallah. Right? Okay, etiquette related to Eid al-Adha. For Eid al-Adha, other than you are performing your Eid prayer like in Eid al-Fitri, the thing that is related to is if you are one who sacrificing animal on that day. The sacrifice of the animal is actually related to what being done by Abraham, father of the prophets. From him came our Prophet Muhammad SAW. From him also came the Israelites, the prophets like Moses, Jesus, like Yaqub, that we call Israel. So all of that is actually from Abraham. Muhammad also from Abraham, alayhi salam. So he actually, when Allah tested Abraham, when he actually at old age, he didn't get any children, offspring. From his first wife, Sarah, being delayed by Allah, and also after long terms from that, Sarah gave to Abraham her helper or servant named Hajar, which actually she is actually the princess of the king of Egypt. Because when he went to Egypt, the Egypt king tried to do harm to Sarah, but when he doesn't manage to do it, he feels ashamed and give the servant that is actually the princess of the previous king. So from Abraham being given to him Sarah, then he get Ishmael. So Ishmael is the firstborn that Allah Ta'ala tried Abraham to go and sacrifice his son, the only son that he had at that time is Ishmael. So Allah Ta'ala, after that, when he do all the things except the slaughtering, he did everything is done. He put his son, he bring his knife, and at last moment Allah Ta'ala changed Ishmael with a big sacrifice. He called some of them say a ram or a sheep, big sheep, to be slaughtered by Abraham. So Alhamdulillah, that is actually the thing that Allah tested him, because he doesn't have any children. So he get the only children at that time, only child at that time. Allah test him for that. So we actually, when we go to into this month of Zulhijjah, whoever want to do the sacrifice, they can do it, Alhamdulillah, and get the reward, inshallah, from Allah. And all the reward will be counted, even the hair, the hoof of the animal, and the blood of the animal will be counted as the things that will make his sin disposed by Allah. So that is the thing that is really related to sacrifice the animal on that day. And the animal that can be sacrificed only from among the cattle, means that camel and his family, a cow, or sheep or goat and his family. You cannot sacrifice chicken or a rabbit or anything else. It's not considered. Even a deer cannot be sacrificed as the sacrificial animal, because it's not incurred or cattle, considered as an arm or cattle for the human being. So whoever doing the sacrifice, they must firstly intend to sacrifice. Whoever is offering the sacrifice, he should avoid clipping his nail, cutting or shaving any hair of his body until the sacrifice animal is slaughtered. He said by the Prophet ﷺ in Hadith Sahih Muslim by Salamah, he said, "Anna Nabiyya sallallahu alaihi wasallam qala," that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Idza ra'aytum hilal dhil hijjati," when you saw the crescent of the Hijjah, and wa arada ahadukum an yadhi, and one of you want to slaughter, means the animal, falyumsik an sha'rihi or asfarihi, then he should not get or take any of his hair or his nail. So he should stop from that until the animal is actually being slaughtered. For us, in New York, it's really around 10 days. So if you want to cut your nail or trim your hair, you must trim it before the first Zulhijjah. This is from the Adha. It's not really making you become a sinner, or Allah will not accept your reward. But as the people in Mecca, when they are doing the Hajj, they are wearing their clothes and not cutting any of their hair until the 10th of Zulhijjah. Like I said, until they throw the stone to the Jamrah, and they shave their head and they slaughter. So on that day they will do it. So we also will do it only like that. As same as they in doing pilgrimage, will not take any of their hair until the animal will be slaughtered. We also will not do that. Especially those who do ifrat. Those who do tamattu, the Hajj, that means that you can go there with ihram and take off your garment and wear normal clothes, and only you continue to wear your ihram on the 8th of Zulhijjah, then they actually can get a little of their hair be trimmed at first when they arrive to Mecca. Other than that, those people who do pilgrimage should not do anything except until the day of the 10th of Zulhijjah. This is the Adha. And from this hadith also, it's known that doing sacrifice in the 10th of Zulhijjah is actually not obligatory. It's not obligated, not compulsory. It's actually recommended because the words arada, and one of you want to do the sacrifice, then don't take anything off his hair or his fingernail. Okay. Secondly, starting from the first day of Zulhijjah, we actually been called to command to glorify Him constantly in the month of Zulhijjah, especially on the days of Arafah and Adha, and also from the first day actually. So the takbir period, if actually is not going into the specific from the 9th, from the morning of 9th Zulhijjah until the Asar of 10th Zulhijjah, that is related to 5-time prayer. You will do the takbir. If not, from the first of Zulhijjah, you can do it all the way. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Lillahil hamd. Glorify Allah in those 10 days. And actually the 10 days, from the first Zulhijjah until the 10th, maybe it's not written here, is the time that Allah Ta'ala really loves you to do good deeds. The Prophet ﷺ, in the hadith narrated by Bukhari and Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ said, Ma min ayyamin, there's no days, al-amalu salihu fihinna, that the good deeds is actually in it, ahabbu khairu wa ahabbu ilallah min ayyamil ashr, is very lovable and more better than lovable to Allah, the side of Allah, than the 10th day of Zulhijjah, in the first until the 10th. There's no days for good deeds to be done that Allah love better than that 10 days. So the companion asked, wal jihadu fi sabilillah, is that the 10 days, the good deeds that you do, is better than going to jihad fi sabilillah? The Prophet said, wal jihadu fi sabilillah, not even jihad fi sabilillah can compare to the good deeds that you do on the 10 days of Zulhijjah. Except, the Prophet said, except illa rajulun kharaja bimalihi wa nafsihi fi sabilillah, except a man that went out with his self and his wealth in the way of Allah, walam yarji min dhalika bi shay', and he didn't come back after that. Means that he died as a martyr in the war. Other than that, nobody can compare their deeds during the any days to the 10 days of Zulhijjah. So when we say about doing the takbir, is among the good deeds. You give charity, you pray voluntary prayers. It's actually something that you must feel inside. It's like the last 10 days of Ramadan that you encourage to make many deeds on that day, on that night, to get out and pray. Last 10 days of Ramadan. This is the first 10 days of Zulhijjah. That the Prophet ﷺ said, nothing, no deeds, good deeds can be compared to what being done in these 10 days. So among it, you have to invoke incantation or saying to remember Allah, like the takbir. So start from the first Zulhijjah, you can see Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, always. Only that when you come to the 9th of Zulhijjah, a day before the Eid, from the morning, from the Fajr prayer, the saying or the supplication or invocation after the prayer being changed to takbir only. So you do the takbir only after the Salat Fajr. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Lillahil hamd. After the Zuhur prayer for the 9th of Zulhijjah, also you do that. The 10th, and also 5 times is related to the 5 times. If not, you can always do that. always say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Wallahil hamd. Glorify Allah. Allah Ta'ala want you to glorify Him on that days. On that days. So means that if you say Subhanallah also can, Allah Alhamdulillah also good. But if you say Allahu Akbar, that's the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah is actually better. So you use that time when it enter inshallah in 2 more days, inshallah. In 2 more days, from Monday inshallah, we will start to or Tuesday we will start to enter to Dhul Hijjah. So if any of you participate in the sacrifice, then don't take anything, and also start to say Allahu Akbar all the time. Okay, the takbir of Eid al-Adha for the related to the Fajr prayer is actually what we say when you tie it to the prayers, the salat. So 5 times salat will always you will say takbir all the time. Like I said, it's changeable to the takbir. If not, then you always say astaghfirullah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, all the saying subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. So at that time, the 4 days or 5 days, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all 5 prayers you change it to the takbir. Okay, the takbir will be Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest, Allah is the greatest, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. There is no God worthy to worship except Allah. Then Allah is actually the most great, the greatest. Allahu Akbar, Wallahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest, and belong to Allah all the praises. Okay, the takbir is prescribed that each Muslim should say by himself or on his own. There's no evidence to support takbir in unison. Means that the way that you always saw in the television must be done by congregation. It's not actually a must. Sometimes some people will have difficulties to do the takbir because they don't remember the chorus. You know the chorus, the ending. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar kabira, walhamdulillahi kathira, wa subhanallahi wa asila, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, wa la ilaha illallah wahdah, sadaqa wa'dah. They don't remember that, then they don't do the takbir. Because they don't have the leader to lead the takbir. Like I said, the takbir is not obligated for you to do in congregation, not in jama'ah. For you to by yourself. If you do it and your family come along with you, then alhamdulillah. You go to the market because the companion of the Prophet ﷺ also we say go to the market and they start to do the takbir and people will follow them. Not like you say the leader and the follower. Not like that. Means that when we do Allahu Akbar, the people always say the same thing. Always. Like I said, nobody become the leader. It's just being said. Actually, the people will follow the takbir. Like we have today in our country, people will do it. There's a leader to lead the takbir. For sunnah, it's actually not like that. It's like if the father doing the takbir and the son can follow Allahu Akbar at the same time, not waiting for the father to stop and the son will continue. That is the wrong way to understand about the takbir. So the takbir is done. If you just repeating the Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Wallahil hamd, and repeating that only is enough. And like we said that the meaning of the takbir is to glorify Allah. It's not for you to remember your parent, your uncle, your aunties, because we have that we say wrong understanding. When you go into takbir, you start to cry. Why? Because you remember your father is not there anymore. Your mother is not there anymore. That's why when you do this, you listen to the takbir in the Arab nation, people there, the takbir will be so, you say, in spirit, not sadly being said, not Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, not like that. They will say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd, Allah, and continuously like that, without sad tones, no sad melody. Here you listen to the takbir and you start to cry. Why remembering somebody? Because the takbir is to glorify Allah, glorify your God that created you, making you to arrive at the best 10 days in a year for you to worship Him, to do the act of worship. Allah Ta'ala make you arrive at that day. So you glorify Him, and glorification of Allah is normally like we do in Ramadan, you do in Shawwal, the first day of Shawwal, when you say Allahu Akbar. Why? Because Allah Ta'ala give you the opportunity to be in the Ramadan and to fast, to do the act of worship, and the day you finish or completed your fasting, you glorify Allah. The same happened the 10 days, the first 10 days of Zulhijjah is the best days for you to worship Allah, and you completed it. With act of worship, then you glorify Allah because you got the opportunity to be in that month and that days for you to worship Him. Okay. Okay, and number 3, cleanliness and wearing one best for it. It's actually for you to attend the congregation prayer, the Eid prayer. First, make a complete bath. This is actually being agreed upon by all the scholars, because whenever you want to gather with others, like in Jum'ah or any gathering, you should be in the best situation for you. You should not be a smelly person inside that community, because the Prophet ﷺ did forbid people who eat something that says make their breath smell, foul smell, like if they eat an onion or garlic. So the Prophet said, whoever eat from this tree, this plant, don't come near our mosque. Don't come near our mosque, because the Prophet said that the angels will be disturbed. What people will be disturbed upon. When you feel that it's actually that bad smell, that the angels also will run away. So it's not it's not a good thing for you to come to congregation in actually a bad smell. So that's why taking bath in the morning of the Eid is actually considered as mustahab, being encouraged upon, even by the Prophet ﷺ, even by the doing of the Sahaba. So they actually will come in the best condition they are. Wearing one best clothes is not really must be something that's new. If you have a new one, alhamdulillah. If not, then what is the best clothes that you have, that you will wear on that day to go to the Eid? Taking this part, we actually we must make a clear statement that for women, they are not. That is not the place for them to wear the best clothes or to make their body to be perfume all over, because they are coming together. Because for that, for women, that's forbid. The Prophet ﷺ forbid one woman to come in congregation with perfume and everything. Because if you want to wear good clothes, and or anybody who can see you on that clothes. If not, then the problem will come. Because Allah Ta'ala will protect women from being stared upon by the men. Even some women do wear something to attract people, but when being stared upon, they will feel, and you don't like. Which women here like to be stared upon? Is that right? Nobody like to be stared upon. The men, it's okay. The men like to be stared upon. You look at me and I am really happy. But women, I think they don't like. Because of that, Allah Ta'ala protect them. Then what we said about wearing the best clothes, or clothes that is actually so beautiful and everything, on that day, for a man, it's actually one will encourage. For women, in their houses, alhamdulillah. Outside the houses is actually something that is not being encouraged. Because to attract people to look at her, that's actually something that we make to escalate things to something that is haram. And she also will not like it. Apply fragrance for men. In Musana Abdul Razak we said that. Okay. For Eid prayer and sermon. Okay. Normally during Eid prayer, if you went out to go to Eid prayer in Ramadan, in Fitri, after Ramadan fasting, you go to the Eid, it's encouraged for you to eat something before you go to the place of gathering, whether it's a field or mosque, doesn't matter. The thing that you must eat something first to show that you are not fasting on that day. Like the Prophet ﷺ, during the morning of the morning of the Eid, he will eat something before he went to the place of prayer with his companion. But in that's an Adha and the Fitri. And Adha, that is considered related to the sacrificing, is encouraged for you to eat. The first thing you eat on that day must be from the sacrificed animal. For us in Malaysia, I think it's quite difficult, because you came to the mosque or to the place of sacrificial to sacrifice the animal, to slaughter the animal. They will do the work to skin the animal, to clean the meat and everything. Maybe you can only eat after 12 o'clock. so you will be hungry, you have a hunger from the morning. So in Malaysia, I don't really see that. If in Arab country, they will start slaughtering the animal after the end prayer. Then they will actually cut the animal, take any internal organ, send it to the kitchen while the animal being skinned. Whatever being brought out from that animal, from internal organ, will be fried, and you will eat from that first, before anything else. They will not give you anything to eat until the first thing you eat is actually from the sacrificed animal. So, like I said, is actually in Arab country they have that type of arrangement. For us in Malaysia, I think it's quite difficult for you to say that it's sunnah for you to eat from the sacrificed animal. If not, then 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, then only we can breakfast. The breakfast in the noon. It can happen like that. So here we'll go there. So the eighth prayer will be like the Idul Fitri prayer, same. 2 raka'ah, and 2 sermon, 2 khutbah will be offered. Offering prayer will perform in at home. No, this one is the that I said. Okay, decision of eight prayer. When you go to the mosque or the place of alhamdulillah. Open the other one also. Okay. Okay, when decision of eight prayer is like any other prayers, voluntary prayers. Is 2 raka'ah. Only that during the takbir, after the takbir al-ihram, you have additional takbir before the recitation of the surah or Fatiha. Before recitation, you will start to Allahu Akbar and Allahu Akbar a few times. So okay, you say here, there's no azan or iqamah in the eighth prayer. No azan, no iqamah. And also the thing that you heard, some people say as-salatu jami'ah, as-salatu jami'ah. As-salatu jami'ah can be said, but no answer. Some people say as-salatu la ilaha illallah. There's no answer like that. As-salatu jami'ah. As-salatu jami'ah. That is the word being said before. He said before, if you want people to gather to the mosque for something else, means that the Prophet ﷺ, if other than the time of 5 prayers, when they want to call people to come to the mosque together, they say as-salatu jami'ah. The word salah there is not the prayer, it's the place. Because the word salah in the Quran can mean the act of prayer, can mean a dua, can mean the place for you to pray. Like we said in Surah An-Nisa, verse number 43. Allah Ta'ala said, وَلَا جُنُبًا إِلَّا عَابِرِ سَبِيلٍ حَتَّى تَغْتَسِلُوا. And don't you go to the prayer, the place of prayer, when you are actually in a big junub. Means that you are not clean from the side of, maybe you have a sexual intercourse or having your semen went up from your body. So you cannot go there, or a woman in menstrual cycle will not go to the inside the mosque. Hatta taqtasilu, until you take bath. We said in Surah Al-Nisa, verse number 43. So you say here that about the calling at that time when they want people to come to the mosque, they will say as-salatu jami'ah, as-salatu jami'ah. They will not call azan. and they don't have any, actually calling at that time, like you say, the siren is not being used. So they will always use the word as-salatu jami'ah, when calling people to come to the mosque, to the gathering, they say as-salatu jami'ah. But we here, we listen, some people say as-salatu jami'ah, calling people to start to the prayer of Eid. But it's okay, some people doesn't understand about that, but we know, we learn, and we know that that is not the calling, because the Eid prayer will be start when the imam come to the place, either the field or the mosque or any place. So we will start together to the imam and start to pray. Okay. It consists of 2 raka'ah. Okay. The sermon comes after the prayer is done in congregation. The first raka'ah do 7 takbirat after takbiratul ihram and recite the istiftah. Means that after the takbiratul ihram, and you say Allahu Akbar, the starting of the prayer. Takbiratul ihram is the takbir that you do in entering the prayer. Allahu Akbar. And then before reciting the surah, and after reciting the istiftah, you do Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Here's been mentioned 7 times and been done in many of the mosques in Malaysia by following the madhab Syafi'i. But if you go to the Saudi Arabia and to the big mosque, the mosque of Makkah and Medina, or most of the country of the Arab, they follow to do 6 takbir. I mean, after Allahu Akbar in the beginning, they recite the istiftah and do isti'adah, and after that they will say Allahu Akbar for 6 times. Here we do 7 times. If we do here in any common mosque in Malaysia, 7 times. We here will do 6 times before reciting the Fatihah. Okay. And after takbir to stand up in the second raka'ah, recite 5 more takbirat. I mean, after you get up from first raka'ah, you stand up, Allahu Akbar. Then the second times, the second raka'ah, after you stand up, you start to Allahu Akbar 5 times before reciting the Fatihah and the surah. Before recitation of the Fatihah and surah, you say the takbir. So in congregation, you follow the imam. Normally, they will do the explanation before the salah. Here we do also. Inshallah, we will do the prayer here, just like last year. Even though our Sheikh will be going to Hajj, we actually will do the congregation prayer, inshallah, and night here in our place, inshallah. Okay, lift up the hand during the takbir. It's being said that you lift up your hand when they read the takbir, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Okay. No specific supplication between the Eid takbir has been authentically reported by the Prophet SAW. From the Prophet, is not there's no authentic invocation or something to be said. Only that here, many of the people in Malaysia will say that when you takbir Allahu Akbar, then between the takbir they say to say Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah. Like we said, there's no such authentic saying from the Prophet SAW. Because some people, they start to improvise. Just sitting there, what should you do? So it's not, they said that must practice something. So they start choosing one after another, and some of them say choosing for you to say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Like I said, it's not authentic. You just keep quiet is enough. Just when the Imam Allahu Akbar, keep quiet. And Allahu Akbar also is also okay, because that is what being done by the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Okay. What to recite in each rak'ah? This is about recommendation. It's not obligatory. It's not compulsory. Means that in your prayer, in our prayer, daily prayer by the Prophet SAW, Alhamdulillah, the Prophet didn't ever make it compulsory for us to recite a certain surah in any prayer. not in the prayer, 5-time prayer, not in the voluntary prayer, he doesn't fix the surah, which surah for you to recite. If the Prophet did that, then it become a burden for us to memorize the surah, and also to recite the surah. If the surah is long, then you have to stay there for a long time. Because in the Quran, like he said in Surah Al-Muzammil, the last ayah, Allah Ta'ala said, فَقْرَؤُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ, recite whatever is easy from the Quran. And for you to do your prayer, also don't follow others. Not in this topic about other voluntary prayers. You can recite any surah that you want, as long as easy for you. It's easy for you, then recite it. Because the Prophet ﷺ did say to the person that he taught about prayer, he said, ثُمَّ قْرَأْ مَا تَيَسَّرَ لَكَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. After that, recite whatever it is easy for you from the Quran. What is easy for you? If the easy one is Suratul Ikhlas, Qul huwallahu ahad, then recite Qul huwallahu ahad. Only that we reported that the Prophet ﷺ, during his prayer, of Eid prayer, he recited this surah. He recommended first raka'ah, one part, Surah Al-Fatihah and Al-A'la, Sabbih isma rabbikal a'la, and the second raka'ah, Al-Fatihah and Surah Al-Ghashiyah, Al-Ata al-Ghashiyah. And in the other narration, that the Prophet ﷺ recite the Surah Al-Fatihah and Surah Al-Qaf, and the other one is Surah Al-Fatihah and Surah Al-Qamar for the second raka'ah. If you can, alhamdulillah. If you cannot, then it's okay. Because actually, like being said, the Prophet never ever fixed for us any surah for any prayer. That's why when we heard people telling us, you want to do the hajat prayer, you have to recite this 7 times, this 3 times. That is actually from innovation of the people, not from the Prophet ﷺ. If the person said, you want to do the prayer of Tawbah, you recite this, recite that, that is not from the teaching of the Prophet. Because the Prophet ﷺ never fixed for you for any surah. He always say that, Iqra, recite, ma tayassara laka min al-Quran, whatever easy for you from the Quran. Okay. After the prayer, the Imam will ascend the mimbar and to begin his sermon. The Imam will begin his sermon. He will go to and after the Eid prayer, you don't have to do the second takbir. You know, some people have problem there. Even they ask us about this question, because the people after the Eid prayer, they start to Allahu Akbar again in congregation. Like we said, the Prophet after he finished prayer, he just went up to his mimbar and start to give the sermon or play something there, because normally the Prophet didn't pray the Eid in his mosque. He would always take them to the big field, open field for them to pray. So they put something there for him to sit. So he will go there and start his sermon, giving the salam and start to give his sermon. There's no azan after that. Some people do the azan. The azan for the imam after giving Assalamualaikum warahmatullah and he sit, then azan will be common. That is for Jum'ah. That is for Jum'ah, not for any other Eid prayer also. They don't have any adhan. Like we said, no adhan, no iqamah for the Eid prayer. Not even for the sermon. You don't have to start to Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. No. Just the imam will after the prayer just went to the place for him to start the sermon and start the sermon. Like you always say, you all saw here in our place, that last Eid Al-Fitri. Who attend the last Eid Al-Fitri prayer here? Nobody? Eid Fitri. Yes, our sister did attend. So it's actually when last time that is actually you can see the practical that we do. The Sheikh will be praying after the prayer. Ustaz Zaki will be the imam, and Sheikh will start the sermon after that. After the prayer, immediately. No waiting, no dhikr, no invocation, no supplication after the prayer. Just went up and start to give the sermon. Okay. The Imam will ascend the mimbar, begin his sermon, description of the sermon, begin with 9 takbirat at the first. If though, like we said, it's not obligatory. If the Imam just say Alhamdulillah, telling the people to have taqwa and recite a few ayah from the Quran, a few hadith from the Prophet, is enough. Is enough. It doesn't have to be like here. So beside the first of taqwa, provide reminders of Eid, sit down momentarily, begin second khutbah with 7 takbirat, praise Allah and send salam, salutation and blessing for the Prophet Sallam. Continue the sermon of Eid reminders, and sermon with general prayers for the believers, and sermon with general prayers for the believers. Give last advice to the Jamaah. Okay, so that is the thing. Because we don't be the Imam, because inside this slide, when we compile it, we also give an example for sermon. Because last 2 years, 2010, 2021, 2022, last 2 years, we doesn't have the, not the 2021, we have the 20, we have actually gathering. 21 and 22 we doesn't have. So when we doesn't have gathering for the Eid prayer, people start to say, don't we pray at our house? Then people start to want to know how to give the sermon. So we did give inside this slide few of what should be said during the Eid sermon, or as a guidance. Let me say as a guidance. Okay. Anyway, making the korban. Okay. After the Eid prayer, that's why in the Eid prayer of Fitri, it means that after you finish the fasting in Ramadan, the Eid prayer that you do, people will always make it a little late. The prayer should be 8:39, because you want to give people time for them to pay their zakah. Because some people didn't pay their zakah early, and at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, they don't have like in our time an online application for you to pay to the zakah authority. You don't have that. You have to queue up. Like these days, the appointed Amin at the mosque will go there. You go there and you give them the money. They will gather it. So at the time of Prophet ﷺ, they will start to pay the zakah after starting from the Maghrib of the Eid, or in the morning of the Eid, before people start to pray. Because when the prayer of Eid is started, no zakah will be accepted anymore. Means that anything you pay is not considered as zakah, not as zakatul fitr. Okay. Because of that, they delayed the prayer a little. But in the prayer of Eid Adha, because you want to do your sacrifice after the Eid prayer, then normally they will actually make it earlier, or even earlier than that, because they want to make sure that after the prayer, people get the time to do the sacrifice and to complete everything about the sacrifice, to cut the meat and everything, to give away. You have to have the time. So normally the Eid prayer, Eid al-Adha prayer will be earlier in the Eid al-Adha in the morning. But Eid al-Fitri they will delay it because want to give people time to pay their zakah. This one no. But we did our prayer for Eid al-Fitri at 8 o'clock in the morning. So anybody would like to come, they have to make sure even this Eid al-Adha, we'll make sure that it's actually around 8. We don't start at 9. We start at 8 a.m. inshallah. So because of that, after the Eid and the sermon is finished, then you can go to your sacrifice animal to start to sacrifice it. Okay, making the korban. Slaughtering of animal must be done after the Eid al-Adha prayer. For those who are in the area of the prayer is performed. That record is actually because of the MCO. After the period that is sufficient for the 2 raka'ah of a prayer, or 2 khutbah to be completed, for those who are in the area of it is performed. That's for people that doesn't have any Eid prayer performed. Then they can just adjust it, the time after completed. Like during the MCO, you don't go to the prayer, and some people doesn't have anybody to pray with. So if you want to sacrifice, just wait a little. Don't do it exactly after Fajar or after Shuruk. Make a time later. Make a little time, like you said, maybe half an hour, and then after that you start to slaughter. Start to slaughter animal. It is sunnah for a person who doing the Qurban to slaughter himself by saying Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, and say as the Prophet ﷺ said. Okay? The example, if the name of the person doing the sacrifice is Adli, then when he slaughtering, he must say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, Allahumma hadha minka walaka. By in the name of Allah, Allah is the most greatest. Oh Allah, this is from you and to you. Wa hadha anni, this is from me. Allahumma taqabbal min Aliyin wa ali Ali. Oh Allah, accept from Ali and family of Ali. Because of that saying from the Prophet, and we know that the sacrifice animal, the Qurban, actually all of us is actually capable of. It's not for you to get a cow, big cow for you to slaughter. No, actually. Just a small goat or lamb is enough. Providing that the goat or the lamb already reached a year of his age, completing year, entering second year. So you can slaughter it. Doesn't matter how big it is, only the age. So, like when I was in Yemen, in Sudan, when I was studying, actually I saw that the way the slaughtering of animal being done here is not being done there. They don't slaughter a big cow and come into the mosque. They just buy a sheep or a goat, take it to their home. After the Eid prayer, they will slaughter it and cook it in the house. And after being cooked, they will start to give away to the neighbors. They don't do it at the mosque. They don't do it at the mosque. But when people doing it like with cow, you don't have the experience to first make the cow to fell on their feet and to slaughter. You don't know how. Then it's come the tradition of you go to the mosque. You ask the people at the mosque to slaughter for you, to make everything for you, to skin, to chop, to gut the animal for you. If not, essentially, like I said, everybody can do it. Just take the sheep to your house and start to slaughter. So easy actually. And by 600 ringgit, you can do it at your house, providing that you know how to slaughter. If you don't know how to slaughter, we can teach you actually. But right now, actually, because it's so near to the Qurban, we don't have the time to do it. If not, you can come here. We actually last year we have 2 cows being brought here from our association, our Khaadem. We give 2 cows for them to slaughter, and the people will go there. People will help with that. So you have the opportunity to do it, inshallah. If not, like I said, after you have the experience, just take the sheep, take it to your house, provided it's not an apartment, landed house, you can do it. Me, myself, actually, I am doing it every year at my house. And everybody that actually want to slaughter with me, I said to them, yes, we can, but you have to bring 3% to do works. Some people just pay the money to the mosque and just coming to want to take their meat. That's my meat. That is not that's supposed to happen. You come, you do the work, and you take your meat. All of it will not burden you or making you to give away your meat for cooking or no. Yeah, because all of it is yours. All is yours. You want to give a little to the poor people to give it to us, and we cut it and we distribute it. But all the sheep will be yours. But provided you come with 3%. To do all the works. If just by yourself and standing there like that, somebody will start to scold you. My father-in-law, actually he scolded one of our Ustaz. He came just to take the sheep. After being slaughtered and everything, being gutted, being skinned, he just come and want to take the sheep. And my father-in-law looked at the Ustaz. Come right now. You don't do the work. You have to take the sheep only, huh? And the Ustaz just you know what you want to reply, because it is true, because that is the way you do the work. It's actually, sometimes people say that slaughtering the animal, some people make it a cruelty and everything. You should know that Allah Ta'ala is actually making all whatever inside this world for you to use. Right now, some people that doesn't like about the slaughtering of the animal, they actually sitting using everything from the world. Instead, they use plastic from petroleum that being picked up from the earth. They're created by Allah for you, for human being. The tree, they are using it. The cement, the sand, the stone. They are taking everything. And suddenly, one day they say that the animal cannot be eaten. Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 29. Allah said, وَالَّذِي خَلَقَ لَكُمْ مَا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا. He is the one that created for you everything in this world. Everything is for you to use. And no excessive, no waste, doesn't do harm, doesn't oppress others, then it's for you to use. That's what you are doing right now. The metal that you are using to build the container, that you are on a container carcass being used as a office. So everything is here. The aluminium, the plastic, everything is created for us. Just use it moderately with Allah Ta'ala, say it's for you. Same as the animal. Sacrificing animal is also for you to eat. Things like this, you have to be careful, because these days some people actually hypocritically start to say about that thing. Even though, like we said, if you go into discussion of technical discussion about slaughtering the animal, you know that some people say that it's actually inhumane, but you know that slaughtering is the best way for you to kill the animal without feeling anything. I say not feeling anything. Why? Because whenever you cut your hand, I think everybody has been cut their hands. The first 3 minutes of you cutting your hand, you will not feel anything. The blood will be dripping, but you don't feel anything. You will feel the pain at the night, when the nerves start to reach each other. When your body want to heal itself, then you will start to feel the pain. But 3 minutes after the thing that happened, you will not feel anything. And the feeling is only on the skin, on the skin. Anybody here have been giving IV drip, or you've been injected with needle? You will only feel a little feel when the needle start to enter your skin. But after it entered, you don't feel anything. So the animal, when that's why the Prophet said to us to have the knife to be sharpened, not the dull knife, a sharpened knife. So when you do that with a sharpened knife, then it's actually the animal not feel anything. Okay, the movement of the leg that you saw during the animal actually being slaughtered, that is the movement for the animal want to send blood to its head. Because the head, when you cut the vein, you see 4 things that you cut during the slaughtering: the food and the air on the middle, in the middle, and the blood flow to the head and coming down from the head by side, this side and this side. So when you slaughter the animal from this side to the other side, so you cutting the oxygen from the brain. So the brain is actually start to asking, where's the oxygen, where's the blood? So the heart will pump it. You pump, and everything will get out from the body. That is the best way for you to make sure that the meat that you eat is so clean. Because you know that inside the blood that inside the body of our body, or any animal's body, is actually a highway. The blood is the highway for oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrition, and also toxic. Any dead cell, any toxic from your body will be sent to its place to be dumped from your body through the blood. So inside your blood, everything is there. So if you left the body with the blood, the meat will be rotten quickly, will be bad. Very quick. If you do the slaughtering and you do it correctly, you're not cutting off the head totally, then the animal will make its body to let out completely, and the meat will be so clean. As long as you don't touch the meat with water, the meat can continue without any preservation, and 3 days. 3 days, the meat will not be bad. That's the way. So you have to know about the slaughtering. That's from Islam. It's the best way for us to eat the meat, and not really, actually, like you said, not really hurting the animal. Only in the process, like cow, when we do it here in Malaysia, if you do it, the gathering, tarik, actually, that is the thing that actually me myself, I don't like it. That's why the normal thing for us actually, the easiest one, just take a sheep. Even the Prophet ﷺ at this time, being asked to one of his companions, Abu Ayyub Ansari, being asked by another person, how is the slaughtering or the sacrifice at the time of the Prophet? So he said that the Prophet ﷺ at this time, the Prophet and his companion will slaughter a sheep or a goat for him and his family. That's why the wording is like that. Allahumma Adha bin Ali wa Ali Ali. Oh Allah, this is from Ali and the family of Ali. If you name it Adam, Allahumma Adha bin Adam wa Ali Adam. That is the way that the Prophet ﷺ taught us to say during the slaughtering. So if I do it for another person, I will say the same thing. And actually, Ya Allah, this is from Adam and his family. So you slaughter the animal. So it is enough for you to just get a sheep, a goat, a sheep, a small one. Just get, provided, I said, the animal completed 1 year, entering 2 years. Okay. So inshallah, if this year you still have the opportunity to do it. Inshallah, you still have almost 12 days. 12 days from today, 12 days until the day of slaughtering. But this day, nearing the day of slaughtering or sacrifice, then the price will be up. People say, you want to buy it now? Yes, we'll sell you more than that. Actually, the sheep, these days, they give it around 30 ringgit per kilo. Per kilo, 30 ringgit. So if you bought a sheep that's actually 40 or 44 kilo, you can buy it with 1,200 ringgit a sheep. So try, inshallah, Allah Ta'ala will help us to get more understanding of it. Because on the day of Eid, there's nothing lovable to Allah than to spill the blood of the sacrifice. That is the best thing for you to do. Other than takbir, other than eating and drinking, giving food to others, the sacrifice is actually things that you should do. However, one can also appoint others to do the slaughtering on his behalf, and he send the money, or he can send the money to others for sacrifice livestock to be bought, slaughtered and distributed outside his territory. The hadith Sahih Muslim that we said there is actually when Aisha Anha said, I am the one that tying the necklace. You know, when the sacrifice animal want to be sacrificed at the time of Prophet, they will beautify the animal with necklace and everything. Will wash it, make it so beautiful. So Aisha has said that I am the one that tying the necklace for the animal that the Prophet sent with Abu Bakar to Mecca to be slaughtered. So Abu Bakar went to Mecca to do the Hajj, on the 9th of the 9th year of Hijrah. 9th year of Hijrah, Abu Bakar went there as a leader to do the Hajj. Then the Prophet sent with him a few animals to be slaughtered at Mecca. So from that, you know that you can appoint anybody to do for you or send it to anybody else outside of your territory. Alhamdulillah, we do it here in Al-Khadim. Okay, distribution of the meat, the korban meats. Following with the slaughter, the meats can be divided into 3 shares, with more shares for the others instead of oneself. The person making korban can eat the meat, give the meat to his family, neighbors and friends, give away as charity to the poor. That is actually related to the Surah Al-Hajj. Surah Al-Hajj, verse number 36. Verse number 36 and 26. Allah Ta'ala, 28 and 36, Allah Ta'ala told us to eat from the sacrificed animal and give it, the ayah number 38, to the poor and the needy. But in the ayah number 36, Allah Ta'ala told us, eat from it and give, feed it to those who doesn't need and those who need. Doesn't need means that we give it as a gift. People who doesn't need, when you give to them, they are not poor, it's actually a gift. Or hadiah. Hadiah. If you give it to people that really in need, that is a charity. That is sadaqah. So that's essentially doing. It is permissible for the person making korban to keep the meat for as long as he wishes. That is actually from the hadith of Bukhari, when the Prophet ﷺ told the companion, he said, whoever, this year, he said, whoever slaughter, sacrifice for Allah, then after 3 days, no meat from that animal must be in his house. Must be distributed, no more than 3 days. So the companion did that. The second year, after that, the coming year, after that, the Prophet ﷺ asked the Prophet, they said, oh Prophet of Allah, we do it just like last year. Like just last year. The Prophet said, last year people have difficulties. So I want you all to help with your meat to give people that in hunger to eat. This year, because nobody needs, the Prophet said, Kulu wa at'imu wa dakhiru. This year, eat, feed, and keep. You can keep some of it, okay, for the future. Or maybe you have a big freezer. You can keep it there for 1 year, for you to eat for the whole year. Allah, it belongs to you. As long as you give a little bit of it for charity, then other than that you can give for your family to eat. Even the Prophet ﷺ at his time, in Sahih Bukhari, the Prophet actually give away sheep or goat for the companion to slaughter for the sacrifice. During that time, he had few numbers of sheep or goat. He told his companion to distribute among them. One person take the sheep to slaughter in his house, and those person are normally a poor person. So the poor person, like I said, if they can eat and they can keep it for a year, then keep it for a year, because they are actually more needy for the meat than others. So because of that, we say that the understanding that all of it must be given as charity is wrong. You can eat it, you can keep it, you can give it away, all of it for anybody, but not obligatory. You can make a little of it to be give as a charity. You can keep for your family to eat it. Yeah. He said there is no obstruction from giving the korban meat to those who not yet to be Muslim, from among relatives or neighbors or friends. It's because sacrificing an animal is the udhiyah, a voluntary sadaqah, and it is actually not obligatory like sadaqah, like zakat. Because in Islam, the obligatory sadaqah, charity, like zakat, cannot be distributed to the non-Muslim. Must be given to the Muslim. But the korban, if not because of your oath towards Allah, then it's actually a voluntary korban, voluntary sacrifice. That is up to you to give to anybody the meat. It's not forbidden for you to give to the non-Muslim or not yet Muslim. Because we found out in our society, they have that understanding. The non-Muslim cannot eat the sacrificed animal. That is wrong. Because like I said, because Allah said in the Quran in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 5. Allah said, وَطَعَامُكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَهُمْ. Your food means that your sacrifice is permissible for them. then and their sacrifice is permissible for you, for the people of the book, because you can eat from the, like I said, the kosher meat by the Jew. You can eat it because it being said in the Quran that their slaughtering is permissible for you to eat. Your slaughtering is permissible for them to eat. The other thing is actually about the Christian little problem here, because most of them doesn't follow the way of the book to slaughter the animal. Most of them after the Protestant you say sect or group emerge, they start to set to differentiate things, and things that is sometimes actually forbidden in the Old Testament is being permissible for them. Like eating the pig is not permissible. Even Jesus didn't eat pork, but they start to eat, and saying that essentially doesn't matter what you put inside your mouth, as long as your faith is good. Something actually so against the teaching. Because of that, nowadays the people of the book, the Jew only, can be recognized as their slaughtering is permissible for us to eat the kosher. But if you have a kosher meat and halal meat from Uncle Hussein, go to Uncle Hussein. Don't go to the other one, because if you don't have any choice, then you go to the kosher. So anyway, from that ayah, from ayah number 5 of Surah Al-Ma'idah, there's no such as rules that ruling the non-Muslim cannot eat the korban or the meat of akikah. Now akikah, when we get first our children born, within 7 days. 7 days, after 7 days of the child is born, you actually encourage Islam to do three things. One, to shave the head of the baby. Two, to do the tahnik, means putting something like honey or like the dates inside the mouth of the top mouth of the baby for it to chew and to feel it. And the third one is actually about slaughtering for the baby. It's actually for the boy is two sheep or 2 goat, and for girl 1 goat. That will be cooked and being distributed to people. So if you look into that, that also is actually not obligatory. You can give that food to the non-Muslim, except there's more Muslim need that meat, then you have to give to them. If not, it's not obligatory for you to give just Muslim to eat it. Okay. Mistakes made on Eid. Visiting the grave. The purpose of Eid to celebrate and be joyful. Visiting grave on this day is contrary to this purpose. It's for under the prohibition, under Prophet ﷺ general prohibition of assigning a specific day to visit the grave. Because we do that, see that. Even when I was talking to one of our revert brother, he said that in Chinese also they're doing that. During the celebration, before the New Year, they have to go to the grave, to clean the grave, and to do something there at the grave. Because our brother is actually start to embrace Islam, learning in our center. So he said that, what should I do? I am the first among my siblings. So entering the grave, I have to get the permission from the jinn of the grave. And firstly, and to burn the incense, I must be the first one to do it. So what must I do? He asked me. Because he already become Muslim, but he didn't mention it to his siblings. The only person that knows that he already embraced Islam is his wife. And after that, his in-laws. When he went back to Sungai Petani, he said that he was praying. Then the mother-in-law saw him praying. Then he actually being astonished or actually amazed, because the family doesn't get angry at him. And after that, when they went out to eat, the in-laws said, this is haram for you. You don't eat this. Eat this only. This is haram. It's not for you. They're treating him actually with respect. He was astonished with that. So I said to him, actually, you have to be frank about your Islam. Be proud of Islam. Say to them, because that is the thing that will make them to care about your feeling also. So anyway, because of that, we know that in any other religion also, to do something, some ritual at the grave after or before the celebration, yearly celebration, is actually something that actually most common. For the Muslim also, in Malaysia, they are doing that. Years before. My father-in-law said that when he was actually a child, he was born on 1949. So he said that when he was a child, a small boy, the people there in Perlis will gather at the grave and giving Hari Raya money, Hari Raya token to the children at the grave, to encourage the children to come to the grave during Hari Raya, during Eid. So going to the grave is not obligatory, because the day of Eid is for you to remember Allah, glorify Allah. Like I said, when the Prophet said about Eid, he said, Yawm Aklin wa Shurbin wa Dhikrillah. It is the day for you to eat, drink, and also to remember Allah. So it's not for you to renew your sadness. Yes, you are sad because your father is not there anymore, your mother is not there anymore to be with you on the Eid. But it's not for you to reignite the sadness, because that is the day for you to remember Allah. Because one day you also will go to the same place where your parents went, already go there. So you will go there also. So you should not be actually making reignite the sadness for that day. So it's wrong for you to go to the grave on that day, particularly on that day, because some people actually I'm seeing will gather at the grave during the Eid, even making food and eat at the grave during the Eid. That is so wrong, because like we said, the Prophet said, Yawm Aklin wa Shurbin wa Dhikrillah. The day of the Eid is the day for you to eat, giving drink and giving food and drink to others, and also to remember Allah. And also beautifying beyond what is permissible, shaving off the beard for men. Because some men is actually saying that, oh no, my beard is already long. So start to shaving, because want to feel to be young again. It's something that actually you have to remember that the Prophet ﷺ, the best person, the best human being, even all the messengers of Allah, all the messengers inside the Old Testament, all the messengers have beard, not beardless, they have beard. The Prophet also, as the most lovable person to Allah, and also the most perfect person, he have a beard. Keep the beard to be there. The Prophet said by his saying, Awful liha wa qasu syarib. Make your beard to be long and cut off your mustache. Trim your mustache. But your beard, make it long. Things actually sometimes, some people say that, I don't know, it's so messy. Because we've been taught, I will say, share with me. He said that from your childhood, you've been exposed to this idea that a beard person is somebody is actually harsh, not nice. Why? Can anybody remember why? From cartoon. You know Popeye the Sailor Man? Popeye doesn't have any beard. He's a good man. His friend, his enemy, Brutus, have beard. So, doing bad things, having beard and doing bad things. So the things are being inserted in our mind. So if you beautify yourself, yes, beautify. If something that says, so, not following the way, you can trim it a little. But to shave it, no. Dressing up with clothes that not covering the modesty. For a man to wear tight jeans. A woman also is not for that. But men, this is for the men. Because sometimes some men thought that the modesty is just for the woman. No, for you also. For you also. Like wearing sleeveless, showing your armpit. Why? Okay. You have your muscle. You have to show to the people. It's not like that. Be a modest person. Not like that type of clothes. Excessive makeup fragrance for women. For women to wear a little powder on her face, it's okay. But to excessively red, yellow, blue, like traffic light there. Open up the eyes, yellow. Why? That is not the way. Because sometimes the things that being done excessively is not to beautify you, making you become less beautiful. Free mixing between sexes, shaking hands between men and women who are not mahram. Mahram means that people that you cannot marry. Your brother, your sister, your nephew, your uncle. It means your uncle, your father or your mother's brother, your auntie, your father or your mother's sister. Her husband or his wife, no, is forbidden for you. Because anything happen between them, if they divorce, you can marry your auntie. The wife of your uncle can be married by you. Then it's not permissible. Your in-laws, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, you cannot. Your father-in-law, yes, because you are forbidden from marrying your father-in-law or your mother-in-law for eternity. So they are mahram for you. You can shake their hand, you can kiss their hand, anything about that. But now, other than that, you cannot. You can look into who are the women that is actually mahram for you or not mahram for you in Surah Al-Nisa, verse number 23. Surah Al-Nisa, verse number 23. Look at that ayah and you will know who are the women that you cannot shake their hand during the Eid. Crowding together in opposite gender who are non-mahram in the homes. Crowding to each other. You know, sometimes people say that this type of gathering is two purpose. Have two purpose. Even the Eid prayer, the Prophet ﷺ told us to bring all women from our house. Even the woman who has menstrual cycle will come and attend near the musalla. They will not left at the home. But we, Malay culture, I don't know, we have that things that the mother will cook. So the man will go to the mosque to pray, but the woman will stay at home cooking. It's wrong because the Prophet told all women, even the woman actually the young girls that is actually inside her place must be brought out. Whoever doesn't have any veil, her sister must give her veil for them to come to the place. To at least to say amin to the prayers being said by the imam. So some people say that this gathering, even the gathering of Eid, have two purposes. One purpose is the worship of Allah. The other purpose is to actually to find your future husband or wife. You know, some people say it's multi-purpose. That is why some people when they get gathering, they actually will beautify themselves. We know. Because what some men you see, I met one of my friend. He actually a good guy. When he was actually a bachelor, when I was want to buy a motorcycle, big motorcycle, I am using one, but I say I want to upgrade. He said I will not upgrade my motorcycle because I want to go to Hajj first. When he said to me like that, I said you have to marry first. You have to marry first. So he just laughed at me. Suddenly Allah Ta'ala made him found his wife during Eid. He went to one of his friend's house and saw the girl and start to have, want to marry her and marry her. Alhamdulillah. So he doesn't go to Hajj. He used the money to get married. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so anyway, he is meeting his future wife at the meeting, at the gathering. So that's why some people say that the gathering is for that purpose. One, to act of worship of Allah. Secondly, for you to meet each other, to meet somebody that Allah. It's not by the Prophet saying, but it happened like that. People will saw somebody and start to look around. So I said to beautify some, yes, moderately. And mixing actually happen. You cannot deny it happen. You go to your family's house, his friend will bring their daughter, this one will bring their son. You meet somebody that you do know, but something will happen there. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, will be a good thing. Okay. Spending excessively, think for the Eid is excessively on food and decoration that resulting in waste and playing and also playing firecrackers. That is one specific command from our Sheikh. He doesn't really like people playing firecrackers on the Eid. on the Eid, he doesn't really like that. Because they are literally wasting the money. And even it's not from the tradition of Islam. You use that money to give food to others is better. Buy something is nice, for others is better. But burning that money is actually a wrong thing. That's just few seconds. I think you play the firecrackers, just a few things, few moments, 3 minutes, 1 minute, and after that, finish. And for certain days, if you play right now, before the end, people will call the police. Don't play around at this time. Even if the government give you permission, it's not all the long. Okay. Other than that, wasting time, impermissible entertaining, singing, dancing, playing cards, playing games to emulate gambling. Even if not betting occurs, it's like you play the card. Even though you are not betting anything, that is something that you should not waste your time on it. Watching impermissible things on TV and internet. Like some people are using the time for watching movie. They shut their home closed and close their home from others and start to watch movie and marathon for this series, marathon for that series, Korea and everything. So that is so wrong because that is the day for you to meeting each other. And also because on the day of Eid, you will do the prayer for others and for yourself by saying, Taqabbalallahu minna wa minkum. May Allah accept from me and from you. All the deeds we did on the 10 days, that we do our deeds, may Allah accept it from me and from you. That is the thing that they be done by their companion when they meeting each other during the Eid. They will congratulating each other and praying for each other. So if you stay at home, who will pray for you? Who will pray for you? That is the thing that you should not do. Using social media without wisdom, sharing pictures or that compromise the modesty for women. Like something like, doing anything on your face or your clothes to share it on the videos of social media. That is not for you. For a Muslim man and woman, modesty is actually the first thing. For you to expose, not exposing yourself to something that is actually opposite the modesty. Inviting fitnah with free posting and sharing. And sometimes we share around. Okay, the greeting and the congregation of Eid. Let me say that just now. Even though the practices of visiting each other, this can be done. The best for you to greeting each other is to say Taqabbalallahu minna wa minkum. May Allah accept from us and from you. Then you say around Alhamdulillah. Okay. So the sermon you don't have to see it because you don't do the sermon. Because like I said, this is being compiled during the MCO. So we try to gather all the things that related to the Eid for you to remember. For you, for yourself, and for if you do a sacrifice, you have the etiquette for you to do. If not do sacrifice, then you have to take care of things that we've been forbid from doing it during the Eid. Alhamdulillah, we finish now. Any question?
What is MCO?
MCO, movement control order. Because during the pandemic, the government told us to stay at home. That is the MCO, movement control order, or in Malay, PKP. Peraturan kawalan perintah kawalan pergerakan. Perintah kawalan pergerakan during 2020, 2021, 22 happened that we cannot go out. The control being done by the government, even lockdown by the government. So we call MCO. So because of that, we actually compile these things about the Adha and spread it to our friend and our relative and to our Jamaah for them to understand what they can do and cannot do during the Eid. So anyway, Alhamdulillah, we are already open for us. We can come and pray together, to go to gathering to sacrifice the animal, to feed people, eat and feed people from the food that we cook or we provide on that day. 3 days, 4 days actually, 10, 11, 12, 13. that is the days of sacrifice. If you cannot do it in the first day, do it the second day, second day, third day, or fourth day. As long as the sun of the 13th of Zulhijjah it doesn't arrive, you can still do your slaughtering. If you slaughter your animal before the Maghrib of 13th Zulhijjah, that is acceptable as korban, sacrifice by Allah. Clear? Any other question?
Why are men encouraged to keep a beard? Like, I mean, I know that it's said because the Rasuls and all, they have a big beard, but
Okay.
why is it like, what's the reason?
Okay. First thing first, it's actually being said by the Prophet SAW. Being said by him. He said, Khaliful Majus. Because at that time, the non-believers, even in our time right today, they don't want to have the beard. I don't know why. Until today. Even when you go to the Arab country, the people that are going into socialist mindset from the Arab leaders, if you look into Saddam Hussein, you can see that he has the mustache and have the beard. Hosni Mubarak, Anwar Sadat, Jamal Abdul Nasir, Bashar Assad, all of them will keep their mustache and shaving their beard. The opposite of what being taught by the Prophet ﷺ. It's among the things that a man should take care of. That is the thing. Sometimes things that being done, like circumcision. You can see that we see it from the side of health, but the thing that we do it because not because of the health, because of the command of the Prophet. The same as like wearing veil. Why? Because you can say that today people is not wearing or wearing is okay. So the thing is actually command from Allah and the Prophet ﷺ to test you're actually willing. Are you willing to follow? That's the thing. That this thing, if I cut it, nobody will stop me.
Is it considered like haram or like sin?
Okay, for the men to shave out their beard at all of it is considered haram. But you know, when happened in the 50s, the 60s, in the Arab country, they start to oppress people who have beard. People who have beard, they will stop them, make them go into the prison. Actually, I met somebody, not from the 50s or 60s. The person I met is actually a quality controller for the oil of the army of Egypt, the government. But he actually had beard. I met him in Masjid Haram, and I asked him, is it true that if you have beard, somebody will torture you and everything? He said, happened to me. Because he was moving around in Egypt as a quality controller for the oil and gas for the army. So he went from one place to place, and he will stop at one checkpoint, being thrown into prison just because of the beard. Even though he's showing everything there. So when this happened, some scholars said, if your safety is actually being compromised because of the beard, then it's permissible for you to shave out. From that point until today, people is using that. And you can see that in our army or our police force, it's not permissible for. Okay, but if you go into the Bengali or Sikh, it's actually suddenly it can. The Bengali can have their beard because of their religion, but the Muslim cannot have. That is the thing. So it's actually really nothing about that. You can tell them to keep it clean and smooth or actually fixed, not just like that, you know. But you should not say to them to shave. Even our sheikh is actually, after returning from study, he went into the army. He go into the army, and he told me that the army told him to shave his beard or leave the army. So he leave the army because of the beard. So something actually related to that. It's actually from the point of view of all the scholars, it's haram. Only that if you compromise your safety, yes, you can shave it. So really, it's something that actually identity. If you say for a woman to wear a veil, then for men to have a beard. The beard cannot be, if you trim, it's okay. Trim, okay. To shave completely is haram. It's actually being said in all the school of fiqh, jurisprudence of Islam. the Shafi'i, the Maliki, the Hanbali, the Hanafi, all of them saying that it's actually haram. Because of the saying of the Prophet. You know, like eating with your left hand. It's like eating with the left hand. The Prophet encouraged you to eat with your right hand and forbade you from eating with your left hand. What is the doing of eating with your left hand? It's haram. The Prophet said because shaitan eat with his left hand. Okay, when does actually this thing? Why did the scholar say it's haram completely? Because the Prophet didn't do or give permission to the opposite. Like if you was drinking while standing, the Prophet did say don't do that. But the Prophet did that. When the Prophet did something that he forbade, is lessen the ruling from haram to makruh. When haram or not encouraged. It become not encouraged. But not you can do it, but do it. Do not doing it better. But if you do it, you are not sinful. So that's the difference. But according like I said about eating with your left hand, it's haram. Why? Because the Prophet never ever give permission. Even a person ate with his left hand, the Prophet told him eat with right hand. The person said, I cannot do it. The Prophet said, no, you have to do it. And in the end, the Prophet said, didn't stop him from eating with his right hand, keep on using his left hand, doesn't stopping him except the pride. He have the pride of himself, he doesn't want to follow. So the same as the beard. Why the scholar is ruling as haram to shave all the way? Because the Prophet doesn't ever give permission for that. For trimming, Ibn Umar, the companion, did that during the Hajj. He doesn't have any hair, so he cut his beard. After one whole hand, whatever, after that he cut it off. So if you can do it, alhamdulillah. If you cannot do it, Allah Ta'ala will help you and also forgive you if you don't understand, insyaAllah. Clear? Alhamdulillah. Any question?
Brother start to habislah. Right now I don't get my beard.
It's okay, just try. Inshallah it's better.
Another curious.
Yes.
What if someone that, like, let's say, people with handicap, they only have like their left hand, so that they're allowed, right?
They have to try. Because my wife is lefty. But she always handicap.
Yeah.
Actually the thing is like handicap. Something that the person doesn't have left hand or left hand, so he can the right hand cannot be lifted up. That is actually something that is outside the norm. Anything outside of norm in Islam, you don't have a rule upon it. Like all of us will see red is red, green is green. But we do have people who see green is red. The blind color people. When you put together there, they will not see the color right. So, but still the JPG